Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Commissioners Court. It is 10 o'clock on the dot, so I call this meeting to order. We will begin, as usual, with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the beautiful weather outside, for the cool temperatures, for the chance to be here and address the business before us. Thank you, Lord, for your many blessings upon this community. Please be with us in all the decisions before us today and in the week ahead. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Next item on our agenda is citizens communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related business, you're welcome to do so at this time. Mr. Posey, you can go first.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, we're in the filing period now for the Republican and Democrat primary that's going to happen on the 3rd of November. So you can file with me as a Republican or my counterpart with the Democrat between now and then. Just give me a call, see me, do whatever, and I'll give you the paperwork, and away we go. And interestingly enough, the paperwork just gets thicker and thicker. Last time it was 75 pages. Now it's only 100 pages. So, but it's just information the state wants to give you.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. It's better to have too much than not enough.
I agree.
So, and we appreciate everybody that's filing for. I truly believe that it's everybody's duty to run for office one time in their lifetime, so you understand the beauty of the system. It's really a beautiful system. It really is.
Yeah, but when you're doing it, it's scary, it seems.
Yeah,
like.
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Other comments this morning in citizens communication?
Mr. Vonderow.
It's
Good
Mr.
morning,
Bondurant.
Judge.
Hey, where are those cookies?
Commissioners,
Where are those cookies?
I have a confession. I made 24 cookies for Commissioner Garcia, and me and my mom ate them. It was for his birthday, so maybe
It was the thought that counts.
good, you know. This is off the record, though, you know. But anyway,
We
we
won't tell
still
nobody.
appreciate. We still have a problem with loose dogs, and specifically on 2207 North Jacker Street. Even though 2 weeks ago, Animal Care Services spent 1 week taking care of the dogs, they need to build the fence up so the dogs can't get up. And I don't know if Robin could give them a grant so they can get the materials to buy a fence or buy dog food or pay for the labor, but it's a continuing problem. Last Thursday, there was 5 dogs there on 2207 North Jacker, and they're just terrorizing everybody from Victoria, and I would like to see them take care of it. And it's going to be hard because Mark's not here today, so like who's going to take care of all these dogs and stuff? But maybe he has an assistant that can take care of it. But seriously, I do want them to take care of it. So far, they've done a very poor job of taking care of it, and I would want the Commissioners Court to hold the dog owner responsible for taking care of these dogs. I was going to file a dangerous dog affidavit because it did try to attack me. I had to mace it, but anyway, I ran across the dog owner in the municipal court because I was going to file it with the JP in the municipal court, but I told him I wouldn't because he took care of all the dogs, but it's not true. He still got dogs, and I would like to have a law where there's only 4 dogs allowed. That's the state law, but the last city attorney changed it to where you can have as many dogs as you want. We got so many irresponsible pet owners that don't take care of it, specifically the 2 that had a dog rescue mission in Bloomington, and they abused the dogs, and they were convicted of 2 animal cruelty felonies with no jail time and stuff. And one person that cleaned all these dogs said there was like 100 dogs, dead carcasses all over the place. And I would like higher prosecutions and jail time for people that abuse dogs. Thanks, and have a good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vonderoo.
Thank you, Mr. Vondero. Let's see, Dan, come on up. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
See your new assistant.
After a lot of searching and everything else, I'm happy to say that I finally found our assistant fire marshal. Wanted to introduce him. His name's Nathan Kelly. He's retired fire chief from Aransas Pass and fire marshal from Port Aransas. Thank you. Comes with a wealth of knowledge. So hopefully we can make a good partnership and take care of the citizens of Victoria County. So.
Wonderful. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Nathan. It is wonderful to have you here and to see you stepping into this role. We've got a lot going on in the fire marshal's office and
We do.
a lot for you to,
Yep.
I guess, get started on immediately.
Oh yeah, his list is already
Long,
long.
long to-do
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
Awesome.
So on a second note, KBDI,
Yeah.
614. So still very elevated.
Yeah.
Love the cold weather. It's great. However, it brings low humidity and drier conditions.
Right.
So again, burn ban, still recommend that. And then any outdoor burning or spark producing work, try to keep to a minimum, especially with the high winds right now and the low humidity. Other than that, we'll keep an eye on it and watch the weather. So
All right.
Excellent.
Thank
you,
Welcome.
Dan. Welcome, Nathan. Appreciate it.
Oh,
All right. Good morning, Lenny.
I'd
Morning,
just like to report a very successful aviation day on Saturday. We had
Oh, yeah.
a total of about 400 people coming and going.
Oh, wow.
Was very happy to see young kids with their parents interested in aviation coming and asking about the program. We had lots of adults just coming to see the aircraft. Just a lot of good times on Saturday. The mascot, Jags, was there, and
Okay.
you know he had a couple of pictures on top of aircraft. Military show up, a couple of airplanes showed up,
nice.
and so we had a great day on Saturday. Just wanted to report that, sir.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Lenny.
Robin?
Robin.
Good morning.
Hey, you changed glasses. You were wearing green.
Well, I did, because it's special, we have good news. So I
Okay.
put on the red glasses, especially.
Those are her good news.
You have good news.
So, we received, the draft MITMOD, contract at the end of last week. We have reviewed the contract, everything looks good. It is on the agenda for the next Monday.
All right.
So we are moving and shaking. Now, we did have a conversation this morning about, that doesn't mean that we're gonna be doing work anytime soon. That means we're at the next step. So we still have to go through the process of getting the contract executed with the state, getting contract with the engineer, getting our designs done, bids, all of that. So we're still looking at definitely next year for work, but we are moving forward with the process. So I'll see you back here next week with the contract.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.
That is good news.
Yes.
It is good news, and thank you for your due diligence in keeping this on track,
Yeah.
Good
Robin.
morning, Meredith.
Good morning.
Morning, Mary.
Morning.
Good morning. This is awfully bittersweet, but I am coming to announce that the Victoria Farmers Market is officially under new management. October 26th was my last day as an employee of the food bank, last day as manager of Victoria Farmers Market. Now you'll find me down at 700 North Main as a environmental programs manager with the city. Miranda Lastinger is moving up into the role of farmers market manager. She has been with the farmers market longer than I was. I would have hit 9 years in January. She was a vendor since before it was a food bank program. She's had Gluten Freedom Bakery for all of that time, and then earlier this year decided that she was looking to go back to work, and I hired her as my assistant. And then just coincidentally, the city position came up, and which I applied for and got. And so she knows the market. She knew the market from the vendor perspective, and jumped right in to learning it from the organization and management perspective. And so now I'm kicking it all on over to her, and she's done a fantastic job so far. So I just wanted to officially introduce you guys to Miranda.
Well,
Welcome.
good to meet
Oh,
you,
morning.
Miranda.
Welcome.
I'm super excited to take on the management role for the Victoria Farmers Market, and I look forward to helping it grow and working with y'all to make sure that it's a safe environment for everybody.
Yeah, don't drive your vehicle.
But
Drive to it, not through it, yeah.
Yes, most definitely. Matter of fact, I'm coming to y'all with something in regards to that very soon.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank
Well,
you.
welcome. And Meredith, congratulations on your new role with the city. We'll
Yep.
hate to see
Thank you.
leave the farmer's market, but congratulations on that. That seems
Thank you.
to be a
Yep.
big step forward for you.
And I've meant to get up here and thank you guys for all the continued support that the county and the health department and the county as a whole have given to the market through the years. We could not be more appreciative of it, and I really enjoy the relationship that continues
Yeah,
between
well,
the county
we,
and the market.
we appreciate the good work that you did in that role and what you built the market up to. It's a big community asset and increasingly so, especially these days. We want to see it continue to grow and thrive. So look forward to working with you, Miranda. And Meredith, again, thank you for your 9 years in that role and all the good that you did there.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Meredith. I knew the picture looked familiar, and I couldn't place when that came out. I'm like, I know this lady from
Oh.
somewhere.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And we have the privilege this morning of having our state rep in our midst, Representative Louderback. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Was,
Commissioners, good morning, Judge.
Morning,
All the elected officials here in the room, thank you very much for that. Always interested in county government and what it serves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, sir.
well, thank you and all the wonderful work that you're doing, Representative, in the last session. And even now, a lot brewing at the state level
Absolutely.
that impacts us. So we appreciate your leadership there. And, well, seeing you here this morning, and of course, Mr. Posey, reminds me to remind everyone, tomorrow, our Veterans Day, obviously Veterans Day tomorrow, but our Veterans Day parade here in Victoria will start at 10 a.m. Down here in De Leon Plaza. It'll be followed immediately afterwards by a ceremony put on by the Veterans Council. That's always a wonderful event to recognize and honor our veterans. And so that'll be happening tomorrow, like I say, 10 a.m. with the ceremony to follow. So a reminder to everyone about that.
Judge, with that being said, I want to thank Commissioner Martin for taking over the task of what Commissioner Burns used to do, is setting all the barricades for the parade each year and then picking them up. I know his precinct crew does a fantastic job, and it is much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Very good. All right.
I've got a public service announcement.
Go right ahead, Commissioner.
This Friday, November 14th, the Victoria Soil and Water Conservation, in conjunction with Precinct 4, at our barn, we're going to have an ag pesticide herbicide recycle day, where if you can bring your pesticide chemical containers, they need to be triple rinsed. They'll have a grinder there that chew them up. Only HDPE, no metal. I don't think any pesticides come in metal anymore. And we can have from the smallest container up to a 55-gallon drums. It's going to be at my precinct barn, 226 Beck Road East, and it's going to start at 8 o'clock this Friday. And if anybody in the public has any questions, they can feel free to get hold of me. But it's a good opportunity to get rid of your used chemical drums and containers.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
I'll also point out this morning, Nathan is not the only new employee starting with the county. We also have someone else here this morning whose first day it is. Adrian Willis is starting today, this morning, as the county's new procurement specialist.
All right.
And
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioner.
we're delighted to have you here
I'm very
as
happy
well.
to be here as well. Very excited to get started.
We're excited to have you.
Very good.
There's also a lengthy to-do list related to procurement.
So I've heard.
Yes.
As I get introduced, the list keeps growing. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
It's in chapters now, so we'll get you.
Yeah, and I'll point out, we had a lot of applicants, a lot of good applicants for that role, but the court and well, and everyone else who knew your experience and credentials. We were in strong support of having you fill that role to lead the county, the direction it needs to go in terms of procurement, the processes and protocols and policies. So happy to have you here and
Happy to be here.
welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Anything else in citizens' communication this morning before we move on?
Yeah, I'm just going to give a quick reminder that next Tuesday, that's the 18th, I will be at the Heritage Building for my Commissioners Communication Forum, and just want to put that reminder out there. Doors open at 5 o'clock. I will begin the program around 5:30. So if you're available, please stop by. This is just an effort for me to maintain an open communication with my constituents and people of Victoria County. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank
All
you,
right.
Commissioner. Anything else before we move on? If
Judge,
not,
one minor thing. It pains me, being from an old Navy family, to say this, but I want to wish the Marine Corps a happy 250th birthday and remind everyone that they are a department of the Navy, and in fact, they were formed in a bar in Philadelphia on this day in 1775.
Thank you, Chris, for that trivia and reminder. 250th. Worth recognition indeed. Thank you, Chris. All right. We will move right along in the agenda to item number 4, which is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your agenda packets.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 4, consider, 5. Consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for November 10th, 2025 are $294,537.30. Supplemental payments are $217,113.77.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you for that, Becky. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county judge, county commissioners precincts numbers 1 through 4, county treasurer, criminal district attorney, county tax assessor collector, county auditor, sheriff's office, fire marshal, justices of the peace precincts numbers 2 and 4, and constables precincts numbers 1, 2, and 4.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thank you, Heidi. Number 8 on the agenda is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. We have the November 6th memo from our hospital showing interim vendor payments in the amount of $101,849.15, and the ACH report on that same date of November 6th totaled $1,663,592.16.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is to consider appointments and reappointments to the Victoria Public Library Board and take appropriate action. We have 3 of our 4 appointees who are willing and able to serve again, which we're very appreciative to them. LaShondria Harris, Sherry Vansickle, and James Kamek. Again, were our current appointees who are willing to serve another unpaid, thankless volunteer term on the library board. And so we're eager to reappoint them. There was one vacancy, an individual, Bobby Garner, not able to serve again. We appreciate his prior service. And to fill his spot, we have an individual, Alicia Cuellar Garcia, who was highly recommended and regarded, who is willing to serve as the county appointee. So this morning, with a motion for the 3 reappointments and the 1 new appointment, we can have those 4 individuals begin another and a new term on the Victoria Library Board.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. And again, we thank all of these individuals for their willingness to serve in again, a thankless job, time, effort, energy, but for a good cause, and we appreciate them. Item 10 on our agenda is to hear presentation from I4Q.
I work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Yeah, it is.
Systems regarding pavement condition assessment and data collection, and iWork Systems, pavement, signs, and work management services, and take appropriate action.
This is a software program for roads. Uh-oh.
I'm getting
Oh,
dizzy.
there he is over there.
We have one screen working and one that's trying to work. Give us just a second. While that is going on, Commissioner, I guess you could just tell us about
This is a road software program that I've looked into that I feel like could be beneficial to us as far as maintenance, keeping up with our roadways. I've already been through the presentation. I've been trying to figure, instead of saving them from going through 2 or 3 people, this is a condensed version of it to where the other commissioners can listen to it in a public setting. Hopefully.
Well, we've got 2 working screens, so if we need to pull the plug on that other
Hey,
one,
turn it
that's
off and
fine.
turn it on again.
You could be an IT director too.
Damn, I really.
If you guys don't mind, I have a couple things that I'd like to mention before we get into the demonstration. Going in, we do work with all 50 states, but Texas is our largest client base. So noting that we do work with over 50 counties in the state in this type of technology. I've sent over to Commissioner Sexton a couple of references, a couple people that we work with around your guys' area. So if you guys need to see those, I'm happy to send those or forward those over to you guys as well. With this, a couple of unique things is there's unlimited users within the software, so it's based off of population. With you guys being a county, I think you guys a really good deal with that. So you could have 500 to 500 people all on the software at no additional cost. Same thing for training and support. We're open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to 5 p.m. So that's like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. for you guys to 6 p.m. Central Standard. With that, each person is given an individual login. And then let me know if that screen's ready to go so I can start sharing mine.
You can start.
Yeah, we're good. We had one screen not working, but we turned it off. So we can see you and hear you. Good. Please proceed.
Sweet. Okay, so I just sent in that request. Bear with me just 1 second here.
Pretty cool.
Okay. Okay, so you guys can see my screen there, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Like I was mentioning before, each person will have an individual login. So you can see I'm jumping in here from my individual login. Now I'm just jumping on from Google. The functionality would be the same if you're viewing it from a phone, tablet, laptop, computer, right? You can access this from anywhere. It adapts to the screen you're working with, so it gives you easy functionality. Like the commissioner mentioned, I'm gonna try and condense this, so if you guys do have any other questions or anything that didn't make sense, let me know. I can address it in an email after or a phone call. So I'm just gonna jump in today into pavements and work management. Just to condense this. Going in here, I'm gonna start with the pavement condition assessment. Now, this is Pacific Grove, California. They allow us to use their information for this demonstration. So as I'm going in here, we have a unique partnership with a company called Trimble and their MX7 camera. If you guys have messed around with like Google Streets, you'll see it's kind of the same type of idea. What we do is we take a eco-mounted camera, it takes 360 imagery, high def. It takes a picture every 8 feet. So as you can see, you're getting an image of all those roads, any personal information, license plates, faces, automatically blurred out. But we can capture any of these road level assets for you guys. So, for example, I'm doing a couple in here. I know these aren't as applicable to you guys in the county, but just so you know the capability. So if you guys do need any of these items brought in for you, we can. The main one we would focus on is the signs for you guys. So So as you can see, I can bring in the sign. We are an Esri network partner, so anything with GIS, we can tie this information back into that. As I populate my signs here on my layer in my map, you'll see that each sign will populate back to its MEPCD code and identifier. So stop signs will be stop signs, and so forth. Each sub-meter accurate within the location, so within a couple feet at max. So as I go and zoom in here, you'll see that each of those signs is back in there, exactly where they are within the mapping system. Now this gives you not only a logical view, but a mapping view where you can start working from them. Another couple examples would be like your hydrants, manholes, catch basins, right? Are some of the examples that we do. With this, going on to the pavement condition assessment side of things, we take the segments as you guys have them defined. So it would be for each precinct, right? We do the imagery first with a separate team, and then we send out a team of trained civil engineers that go boots on the ground and actually do this assessment. Now, they do this based off of a sharp distress method. So it's a method that goes off of 5 different ratings: fatigue, transverse, longitudinal, patching, and edge distresses. This gives you a score grade from 0 to 20. 20 means 20 years to road failure, 0 years. So it's really simple to understand and to explain to pretty much anyone. If I go to my left-hand side, under color by lookup, I can go in here into my remaining service life, or RSL. You'll see that each segment will be identified with its unique score grade and color grade. So I have it in here that my better roads and my best roads are in a light green, and my worst roads are in a dark red. You can edit those colors however you want to see them. That's just my personal preference. So as I go in here, you can get not only the visual from, from the mapping side, but you can go into one of these segments and go back into the camera view and actually visualize that road from a road view asset, so you can see what's going on with that particular segment of road. You can add word from it, and there's also multiple different functionalities you can do from the map. Now, I'm going to jump into my software now, going into each individual segment. Each road is given GIS link ID. If you guys do tie it with GIS, we bring in this information pertaining to that segment. Everything below this line, sorry, excuse me, 1 second, there we go. Everything below this line can be edited back to what you guys want to keep track of. So here are several different examples, right, of what you could keep track of. I'm going to go in here to my Fields tab. You can create a test for you, so you can add a text numeric lookup or date field. I'm going to do a lookup field. It'll automatically send it to the bottom for me here. I can move it here to the top. And one thing I want you guys to realize is it takes us about less than 60 days to get you guys completely set up and running. So when you're thinking about this process, we're doing most of the heavy lifting. It's not you guys. We're here to help you guys get it all set up. So when you do get the system right up and running, you're starting from 100, right? So going from here, you'll see that test right there in real time. Anything you keep track of in these fields tab, you can report on the back end side of things, which I'll show you guys in just a second. Now, continuing on with this segment, you'll see that remaining service life attached to each segment with the recommended treatment here to the right-hand side. These are all your treatments. The cost is all your guys' cost, which can all be edited at any point in time. So if the price goes up or if you guys are changing the type of treatments you're doing, we can do that as well. On the right-hand side, I'm going to add a treatment for this road. So I'm just going to do a chip seal because that's what it's recommending, and I'm just going to do a test here. Say that it costs us about $5,000, and I'm going to have it update our remaining service life and next treatment. Once I hit add, you'll see it went from a 4 to a 9, with my next recommended treatment being a milling overlay. If I go and scroll down here, I can visualize that treatment that I just did. It'll bring in the date, the treatment I did, the actual cost, the estimated cost based on your guys' cost, and any attached notes. You can do multiple treatments at a time. Next part of it is going into work orders. Now, you can do multiple different work orders on the same asset, right? You can keep track of those minor repairs that you're doing, potholes and such. It'll keep track of the total put into this segment as well here at the bottom right. You can attach any notes. So if you get that Mr. Smith is reporting a pothole here every other week, you can keep track of that information, right? You can upload a file from a computer. If you're working from a phone, you can take a picture or add in a video. Now to add in a work order, really simple. We can create multiple different templates for you guys to be able to work with to make this process easier. So I'm just gonna look up a pothole repair in here. You can create this template from here. You can add in your employees, equipment, material, and inventory, or you can just go into multi-select right here, essentially get the whole view. So you can see I have my employees here, equipment, and I'm just gonna add a couple things in here. Hit save and close. Once I've done that, you'll see those populate within my work order. If you contract it out, you can add it in as a purchase order. You can also add checklists for workflows. So it makes it really simple. You can receive a text notification or an email notification once a work order has been assigned, completed, created, right, or scheduled. This process, again, goes back to what you guys keep track of. In here, it's also really helpful for like FEMA reporting. So going into my FEMA side of things, before I get into anything else, I'm gonna jump in here to my work management. We can create those FEMA logs for you guys on those codes for your equipment, employees, material, right? So they can each be attached to your FEMA rate. So when you guys are working and doing all that work, we can pull in a report, and the reporting system works the same for all the management systems. So you see it's kind of the same build out within pavement and work management. The reason we did it that way is so it's an easier learning curve for you guys. So once you know how to use pavement management, you pretty much know how to use the rest. I'm gonna go down here. We have this FEMA reporting built out automatically into your work management system. All you need to do is select the time of the disaster, hit run. You can export it into an Excel, or you can export it into a PDF or a .csv as well. And you'll see it'll bring in the required areas just as FEMA needs it. We've seen about 70% faster response time with this reporting system. So ad hoc reporting, no technical training needed, crystal compliant as well. And as you can see, you can filter through that reporting. You can do this for your pavements, for your signs, for any of the work you're doing with work management as well. Also keep track of your inventory. This is a live inventory, so it'll keep track of what you have on hand, the average cost per unit, the total value of your inventory, and it'll notify you when you're running low. Moving back to the pavement management, and this is the last thing I'll show you guys today, is the budgeting tool. Sorry, did you guys have a question there?
No.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Going in here, going into the budgeting tool, you can keep track of multiple different budgets as well. So if you want to visualize your previous budgets or anything like that, you can also do that. Now going in here, we have it standard in a 5-year plan. You can do it from a 1 to a 10-year. Really just depends on the process you guys would like to work. 2 pieces of technology, budget prep using percentage of network, budget spent using dollar amount. I'm going to go in here and just do mill and overlay as the example. I'm going to apply $1 million to year 1. Once I've hit apply and OK, you'll see 2 numbers populate under year 1, percentage of network affected and dollar amount spent. The reason it doesn't go all the way to the million, 1 of 2 reasons. You either don't have any more treatments that you need to do, or the next one will take you over the allotted amount, right? I'm going to add another treatment for mill and overlay, just add the same amount to year 2 so we can see multiple years on the mapping side. As we go in here, you'll see that populate for me under year 2. I'm clicking here under modify and print on the right hand side. All I'm doing is clicking here under select year, so those year 2s will populate for me and the year 1s. It'll bring in the road information for you, the area that's being worked on, any last or previous treatments that you might have done, that remaining service life, and the cost per segment as well. Then you can go back into the mapping side and actually visualize this. So I'm going to turn on my center line here. Year 1 will be in red, year 2 in orange. You can visualize those. You can get an aerial view with the hybrid. Or you can go back again with the camera and visualize it from a road view. You can see why it's recommending it. So you can get that visual. But this is the high overview I wanted to show you guys. Again, a couple of things to remember. Unlimited users. We connect with Esri, so your GIS system that you guys have in the county. We can link back to that. FEMA reporting and reporting through the pavement management is ad hoc reporting, so no technical training needed. Each can be done with just a couple clicks and selecting what you need, and it'll pull up that report. And it's very configurable back to what you guys want to use. But this is what I wanted to show you guys today.
Right, all right. Thank you for that, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Commissioner, what else do we need? to do?
Nothing, I just, like I said, wanted to be able, all of us to be together to where if any of the guys had any questions about it, and I know this was a really brief overview of the system, it's really a lot more to it than that. And I know Jason was flying through it pretty quick, just trying to save time.
Yeah.
But any of us can, I have his contact information. If any of y'all have any questions, y'all want to discuss anything
No, I mean,
here or privately? It's
I have probably some questions whenever I dig into it, but I mean, I get the gist of the software and how it could be useful, definitely.
It can help us with our road inventory for one thing.
Yeah, road inventory,
And
but
then-
also too.
And then the maintenance. I know what I went through with JT Ranch Road with the maintenance and the repairs from that solar farm episode that
Yeah.
this would have been really beneficial.
Yeah, I work with a system similar like this called TELS, where you keep track of, let's just say you keep track of the repairs you're making on a road, and then when it gets to a certain point, that'll justify you, making a new road, so.
And I can get Jason, I can contact him, and I can get him to send us a price and the pricing information for the whole county as a whole, all 4 precincts.
I think that'd be good, plus also too, if he has I know he had the abridged version here, but if he has a slide deck that maybe goes a little bit more in depth.
And you can also just he'll go through the whole
Yeah, that'd
thing
be
with you
great.
one-on-one, because it's probably 30 or 40 minutes. I mean, to go through,
Okay.
he was just hurrying up to try to save his time, so we didn't take a lot of time from
Gotcha.
court. I really just wanted to introduce y'all to it.
All right, it's good stuff.
It is
Thank you,
important that.
Commissioner. It
Yeah.
looks like it's something that we may be able to use. I would like to sit down with Matt and discuss it in a little more detail with him and
Right.
see what his thoughts are. So.
I do
appreciate
like
you
the
bringing-
the street view and the inventory and the live, that was one thing that kind of caught my attention on it.
It is important that we do something. It's important to our constituents and the taxpayers. The last road report that was done on our county roads was around 2020, so it's time to get that redone. Obviously, one of the things that's going to be important to me is the initial cost, and then, of course, there's always the ongoing cost of the system maintenance and what's required in the years to come, what
Sure.
that cost is. But thank you for the presentation. Looks like a good product.
It's a good product. One of the things that I do want to mention is Matt actually created a program for us to use with Job Cost.
With Job Cost.
Matt actually created that himself.
Yeah.
And it does have a lot of tools. I know we use it extensively, and it's helped us to prepare for reimbursements on FEMA. We've included all the FEMA rates with the help of the auditor's office and with Robin
Right.
and Matt's group. So that's been a helpful tool. So that's why I want to talk with Matt and see, kind of do a comparison between the two and see if we're
Right.
doing everything we could possibly do with what's already in place.
Gotcha. Good point.
Very good.
I
Anything
think
else,
we're good.
gentlemen?
No, I think we're good. Avery, is there
Yeah.
anything you
Thank
wanted
you.
to add? Nothing? No? Okay. All right.
All right, that item is to hear the presentation, which we've done. Looks like there will be more discussion offline related to that. We can now move on to item number 11, which is to authorize to advertise an invitation for bid for the airport air traffic control tower rehabilitation project at the Victoria Regional Airport, pending legal review and take appropriate action. Hello again, Lenny.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. As you remember, we got a $1.7 million grant, 100%, no match on this grant. Took a little bit to get this design. The design is done, and now we're going up to advertise. And hopefully we get a good contract, get the grant signed up by the FAA, and we'll be up and rolling towards mid to the end of December on this construction project. Probably January for the construction, but the grant will probably be about mid-December.
So this is separate from the upgrading equipment?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is, remember, we had two grants, one to replace all the radios and all the electronics in the
Right.
tower cab. And this is a grant that is going to help us replace the air conditioning and do some upgrades to the mechanical generator, replace the windows, replace the glass, do an upgrade to the elevator and all
Yeah.
sorts of little things. So this is,
Cool.
finally, we're going to bid on this.
All right.
Very good.
All right.
Questions, further discussion?
No, sir.
If not, do we have a motion to approve authorizing to advertise?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 12 is to discuss and consider TxDOT State Assisted Airport Development Grant, CSJ number 2613, VICTR Amendment number 1, for design of a new terminal building at the Victoria Regional Airport and take appropriate action.
Yeah, Judge and Commissioners, as you remember, we got the $2.5 million rider from Senator Cohorts, and this eventually became a grant through TxDOT Aviation. Originally, TxDOT Aviation had said that we were on a 90-10 type of grant, but later, as everything was settled, they came back and says, oh, by the way, you do qualify for 95-5 on the grant. So what it did at that point is it changes the amount that is the share of the county. Originally under the 10%, the county would share $277,777.77. That was the match. Under the 95-5, it reduces the match to $131,578.95. However, and this is where the math becomes a little fuzzy. By reducing it to 5%, between the grant and the 5%, we don't have enough money to do the project because the project started at 90-10 and we had enough money. So the project costs $2.759, and so it leaves us short about $137,999.50. If the county were to take, the TxDOT is okay whether the county leaves it at 90-10 or we go to 95-5. Although the reduce in the amount of the 5%, the 10% to 5, leaves us with a lower share of 200, and that will be actually less. But at the end of the day, we will be gaining $16,000. And I know the math is.
So the long and short of it is, TxDOT has come to us with the sweeter deal.
Correct.
On the grant match.
Correct.
Instead of 90-10, 95-10. However, due to a shortfall that would arise, our benefit isn't a full 5%, it's less than that, but better than where we were. So
Yeah,
the net
correct.
savings that we're looking at is what?
$16,000.
16,000.
Yeah, 1609.
We are eager to take that 16 grand, so.
And run with it.
Thank you for bringing that to us, Lenny. I know this has been a very favorable grant, a very favorable arrangement all along, something that we're eagerly pursuing, and to get an extra 16,000 back to us is something we'll
Heck, yeah.
graciously accept, so.
All right. Thank you very much. You helped me out there. I put a sheet in there that Michelle created for us, just in case anybody had some questions. That was part of the materials, and that explains it pretty well.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do appreciate your work on that, Lenny, and I'd entertain a motion to approve item number 12.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Lenny.
Motion approved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Lenny. Item number 13 is to consider approval of STARS Clinic subcontractor agreement for Nurse Family Partnership Program of Victoria for the Texas Home Visiting Grant and take appropriate action. Good morning, David.
Morning, Judge Commissioners.
Morning.
So this contract is for FY '23 to FY '27. It's a retroactive agreement. There was basically there's some questions regarding some of the terms of the agreement. It got delayed a little bit. We also kind of overlooked that. However, there's been no effect to services provided or any of the financial transactions between the two agencies. It's been approved by Health and Human Services Commission as well as County Legal. So I move that this gets on the agenda and gets approved.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Can I put you on the spot before you go, David? I know with the government shutdown and everything, a question I'm getting a lot is what's the impact on y'all? I mean, in general, we haven't really seen a huge impact, at least as of yet, but the health department would likely be one of the first places that's seen or felt. What impact, if any, have we experienced thus far?
Besides a lot of stress and a lot of back and forth between, a lot of communications between the state and us as well, Department of State Health Services has essentially allowed us or given guarantees in basically 2-week intervals that funding is guaranteed through some of their funds they have, even though the government is shut down. To give a little summary and background, about 70% or so of our grants are federal pass-through, so those are could be heavily affected. Luckily, though, the state stepped up and issued extensions essentially on reimbursements for these contracts. So currently, I think our last extension that I sent out to everyone took us through the end of November, I believe, was the last one. So they've been gracious enough to guarantee those. So those grants, even though may not be federally backed, they're backed by state funds to be able to reimburse those. So we're definitely appreciative of that. Hopefully, hearing the news coming out yesterday, that hopefully we'll have an agreement on the NDC on those funds. So no effects locally, luckily. We've continued to provide services fully. No staff have been ever at risk, and definitely we appreciate the communications by the court.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you, David, and your good work, and please keep us updated if anything new arises on that front.
Absolutely, we'll do.
Thank
Glad
you.
it didn't have an impact on you.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
All right, moving right along in the agenda. Item number 14 is to consider approval of a maintenance contract renewal with Lee Backhoe Services, Inc. for the aerobic treatment systems at 226 Beck Road in Precinct 4, Victoria County, Texas, and take appropriate action.
What this is that our annual contract with Lee Backhoe Service for a septic at the precinct barn. One inspection every 4 months for the year, $525. It's a contract, so I had to run it through court. Move to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 15, receive for the record a letter of permission to enter the private property of Deanna Jacob located at 410 Rab Road in Precinct 2 for the purpose of improving drainage related to Victoria County's right-of-way and take appropriate action.
Yes, this is an effort to prevent erosion along a TxDOT bridge that was built a couple of years ago, and hopefully it's going to bear fruit for us, and hopefully it's going to prevent the erosion. So move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 16, consider approval of the following resolutions for road donations for the installation of a driveway and pipe culvert to improve drainage within Victoria County's right-of-way. A, Resolution 2025-099, valued at $470.24 from Daniel Jimenez at 703 Duck Drive in Precinct 3. And B, Resolution 2025-100, valued at $150 from Jonath Gonzalez at 405 Viking Street in Precinct 1.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve items A and B. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
We're going to ratify.
We'll each need signatures on those. Item number 17 is to ratify order purchasing certificates of deposit and take appropriate action. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, Judge,
Paige.
Commissioners.
Morning.
This is just a motion to ratify. These are the CDs that we bought in the last quarter. As you can see, there's only 3 of them. So we do have that. It has slowed down dramatically.
Yeah.
But we just want to ratify those since we do have those in our possession.
Move to ratify.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 18, receive for the record third quarter treasurer's report and take appropriate action.
Well, this is our investment report for our third quarter, and wanted to come up and just let y'all know that, we did start out very cautious. The feds did start out very cautious at the first of the quarter. And then, of course, we ended up going into the largest shutdown, or the longest shutdown in U.S. history of the government. So this has cut off all the virtual economic data released from the federal government through the agencies. So then that turned into the feds did not have any of the reports they needed to make these decisions. So they were running pretty blind on this. With that being said, we did have enough slowdown in the labor market that they did cut everything by 25 points in September and October. The good news is that the markets are anticipating more cuts, and that depends on which side you're standing on. But of course, they are considering 2 more cuts between the end of the year. The government is supposed to be back open and up and running today. So hopefully that is correct. And if that happens, we are looking at 2 more cuts between now and the end of the year.
Do we have any CDs that are callable?
We have a few. We do not have any that are currently callable soon.
Oh, okay. Good.
There are not any. We have, most of them are going to be towards the end of the year next year.
Okay.
Starting in we actually have some agencies that we got.
Okay.
And they are callable, and that was actually 800,000. And I think that one is in.
To Fannie, Freddie, or
I actually think it's Freddie
Freddie?
that we have it in, and those are 800,000 there, and that's going to be in June or July.
Okay.
And 26.
Okay.
Those will be the first ones that should come up.
All right.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paige. Appreciate it.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 19, consider approval of emergency notification system service agreement with OnSolve LLC for the Victoria Office of Emergency Management and take appropriate action. Jenna, what have we got here?
Come on up, Jenna. Are you cold?
Good morning, Judge,
Got the
Commissioners.
got the park on over there.
This is just a one-year extension to our emergency notification system contract.
Okay.
And same system, same everything, just one-year extension.
Okay.
Move
it's
to
not-
approve. Second.
Simple enough.
Thank you.
Good
All right.
job.
All those in
Thank you,
favor
Jenna.
of approval?
Thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Jenna. Item 20 is to consider approval of a request to pay out compensatory time for Lauren Moe, Victoria County Public Safety Communications Coordinator, and take appropriate action. Visited previously with Lauren about this and was supportive of this with her doing the job of
Yeah.
2 or 3 people, really.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21, ratify the group retiree 65-plus Medicare supplement for 2026 with United American through Bay Bridge Administrators and take appropriate action. Good morning, Gianni. Laura?
Good morning, ladies.
Hope
Morning,
you're
ladies.
here to tell us what that all means.
Yeah, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. So this is the Medicare supplement that we provide to retirees over the age of 65. In probably August, September timeframe, we received notice from our current administrator or insurance company that their pricing was increasing for 2026 plan year. So Walker and Associates help us shop that and come to the table with other options that would help keep those costs low for retirees
Right.
and the county, because the county shares costs for retirees at 50%. The insurance committee has reviewed all the proposals. They are also in your packet. I've worked with Walker and Associates to also review them. Laura and her team kind of helped to ensure that all of the coverages are staying as the same for our retirees, which basically leaves them with no out-of-pocket cost once Medicare pays and the insurance picks up the balance for them. So we're recommending that we move forward with United American. Bay Bridge Administrator will continue to be our plan administrator. They've been a great partner for us, and so they will continue that relationship. And yeah.
If memory serves correct on here, it was like a 13% reduction in, I guess, cost for us, which was significant.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
About $94,121.28 you'll be saving in premium.
Right. I do thank you guys for finding that for us. 'Cause I
Yeah,
know it
that
is-
was, and was that a reduction from what the prior provider's increase would have been, or what from our current, or what our current
Both.
is?
It's both, actually. We
Okay.
currently, for retirees prior to April 1st of '25,
Yeah.
the monthly premium is $296. The county pays half of that.
Right.
Even with the new proposal, it would reduce the premium to $259, and the county would pay half of that.
Right.
Okay, I remember us
Yeah,
discussing that, and it was a big win in both
Yeah,
scenarios,
it was.
so,
It was.
awesome, good work. Thank you for that. Anything else we need to know on this?
Move for approval.
I'm sorry?
Nothing other than that it's a Plan F. I think that the retirees will want to hear that specific. The Plan F is no longer offered by Medicare, so it's a rich plan. And we're mirroring that coverage with United American, so it'll be exactly the same.
All right.
savings.
It's good to know.
Thank you both.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 22. Consider recommendation of the Insurance Committee and authorize the county judge to execute a contract contingent upon legal review with WEX Health, Inc. for COBRA administration services for the 2026 plan year and take appropriate action.
So this is another health plan item. As you know, we recently went out to bid. We've moved forward with TAC and Blue Cross Blue Shield. They do not provide COBRA administration, so this is continuation of health plan coverage for individuals that leave the county. We are required by statute to give them coverage continuation options. The Insurance Committee and Walker and Associates kind of reviewed the proposals that we got, and we're recommending that we move forward with WEX.
WEX is, I've actually had experience with WEX. They run a good operation, so I think this would definitely be a good move for us. So,
Move for approval.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Gianni. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank y'all.
Item number 23 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. In addition to what is scanned into the agenda packet, the court will also be considering the updated job descriptions for our elections administrator. I think it was last week we talked in here about re-reviewing that as our elections commission was doing to ensure that that is up to date and the version that we want to post online beginning immediately as we search for who will be the next Victoria County Elections Administrator. So we've updated that. We have also re-reviewed the job description, the scope of work, and it is, with the court's approval, will now be graded at a grade 15, which is somewhat higher than the prior grade. That puts the midpoint salary at $76,868.
Yeah.
Midpoint, that's the high point.
That would be the midpoint. On the job descriptions, we typically post low to mid and then budget at mid.
Okay.
And so that's what's shown here.
Okay.
Which our committee, our elections committee was, well, we sent this out for feedback. I think, Heidi, we heard back from you on that. I don't think we heard from any of the other members, but I know I felt that this was fitting, especially in this climate as we seek to attract a good elections administrator. Heidi, any feedback from you on that?
No, I reviewed it and it looks copacetic to me. I am encouraging of the increased level of pay on that because there are so many duties that are unseen, so many reports, a lot of interaction with the public, especially some that may not be happy. So there's a lot of stress put on that position.
Yeah.
So I think that it warranted being graded above what it was.
Yeah. And
I
times
would
like
also
this,
encourage that we might revisit pay for our election judges and election workers because they do a lot of work for very, very small pay. So I would
Right.
hope that we might be able to encourage that as we go along.
That is a good suggestion. It's been
Too long.
it has,
too long, I was gonna say a while, but since we've looked at that, what, I wish Margetta was here. Do you recall what our election judge pay is? It's pretty meager.
It-
I think it's $10, Judge.
I think maybe, 10 and then 12 for the, okay.
Straight
Um,
below.
yeah.
It probably would be fitting to review that.
It would, because times like this, when you have a turnover in a position that's been filled for quite a while, it's always good to go back and do what we're doing here. Look at the job description. Things may have changed over time. Technology may have changed. Things you wanted to add in, but you didn't because you weren't, here. But I think we might as well take that opportunity to look at all of it, so. But this is a good start.
Indeed, yeah, and we
This is a
know
good
that,
starting point here.
that those judges and volunteer election judges, they treat it as a volunteer role. They don't do it for the money, but it is an important role that,
It is.
that's a good suggestion, Heidi, thank you.
And I
So
would
Judge,
encourage that
on the salary, I guess, the duties that are going to be, are we increasing what's being done now, or?
This does represent an increase. Currently, as the position is with the current grade, the midpoint is 69,000 and some change, 69.5.
I think that's the high point.
Well, it's what is budgeted and paid now, I guess. Gianni, was that the high point? Whether high or mid, that's what we're paying now. This would increase that, what's budgeted to 76.
What were you asking about? Was there any?
So I guess where I'm going with this, Judge, is I want to make sure that the public understands that we are setting the salary, but the person that will be appointed is not appointed by us, the court. That position is appointed by the county judge, the county clerk, the tax assessor, and the two-party chairs.
Correct.
All we
Correct.
do is pay it.
And that's an important job too, yes. It's a unique position, and we talked about this again in the election commission. This is a unique role in that it is a county employee, a county department, but the individual's actually chosen, as you point out, by the election commission, which is under state law, the 5 members that you mentioned, myself, the county clerk, the tax assessor, and the two-party chairs. Those individuals form the election commission, which are charged with hiring and firing and overseeing the elections administrator. Yet once hired, it is a county employee in a county department that's funded by the county. So this works best when both the commission and the court work well together, which we always have and do. So that should be a seamless and easy path forward. Gianni, did you have something additional?
Yeah, just wanted to give clarification. So as in most positions, when you have very tenured people that are hitting their stage of retirement, Margetta's been with us a very, very long time. This is an opportune time to, like, as Judge mentioned, to look at the job descriptions and make sure it's drafted to cover and really encompass everything that position is responsible for. And in all fairness to that, the Elections Committee or Commission also asked HR to look at the market, look at what other elections administrators were making across the state, and comparable. And so I did a kind of review of that and looked at salaries that are comparable to our registered voter base size.
And based on all of that information, we reevaluated the position under our existing classification system, and that resulted in like a need to classify it higher. So I do think it's
I guess
important
my
to know.
concern would be, why didn't we do this before?
And I would say it's available on an annual basis to every department head. So if they feel like their position is not classified appropriate or they would like to request a review, we do that every year annually. Similarly, we are nearing the kind of 5-year, 2027 will be 5 years of our market data. And I would recommend just a general HR best practice that we relook at market data every 5 years. So that wouldn't be an exercise that we would have undertaken between the time that we've gone out with this compensation plan till now. But every department has the opportunity to request a re-review annually of their
Thank you,
positions.
Gianni. Thanks for that.
And I will-
Gianni,
Thanks, Gianni.
Gianni, I have one quick question.
Sure.
Isn't there some certain certifications out there that elections administrators can go out and possess, or?
I know there's a Elections Academy. I don't know that it provides them with a certification, but I do know there is usually the state agencies will often put on an annual like Elections Academy where they can attend and get their schooling. The statute does require certain age restrictions, and then I think that's really the only requirement.
There are
No, but-
certain educational events that are available. I want to say, I think it takes about a year for them to complete a certification program. So my recommendation is that we move quickly on getting this posted, since Margetta's going to be here until the end of January. We want to be able to get as much time as possible with her and the new elections administrator to be able to work together to transition that as smoothly as possible.
Correct, but my preference is that we look into that, and if there are some certifications out there specifically related to elections administrators, I'd like to have under the minimum qualifications at least the word preferred
Okay.
with
I would
those.
agree with
Yeah,
that.
we could certainly do that. The Elections Commission wanted us to add experience, but as a preferred, they didn't want to kind of limit their options there, but we can certainly look.
So your suggestion, Commissioner, is to insert the word preferred where?
Under minimum qualifications for any election administrator certification.
Now, I don't
Okay.
know how many certified administrators there are out there, and so,
So another word is
it may be one of those slim pickings type
That's
of
why it's
deals when you
preferred.
start, yeah.
Right, it's not saying that you have to have it, it's just preferred.
Chris, in any of your research, did you see that certification program?
There are different certification programs that are available, and one of the things we had discussed in the Elections Commission meeting was trying to cast as wide a net as we could.
Right.
And so there was some reticence in placing requirements for having these certificates and these certifications for filling the position.
And it can
Under the code, Texas requires that an election administrator be a registered voter and have a valid driver's license.
That's why I'm
And that's
shooting for the
basically
word,
all.
that's why I'm shooting for the word preferred in there,
Preferred.
not required.
Yeah, and I will explore that, and we can certainly add that in if you guys want to. And to that, I would say, even if it's not listed on the job description, if that's a preference, that is something the Elections Commission can ask of the elections administrator and give them 3 or 4 years, can be part of their goals and objectives
Okay.
and a kind of a performance expectation
So-
from the EA.
So Gianni, the committee has the preference of hiring a person, right?
That's correct.
But we should have, I guess, the final say in the qualifications if we're paying for it.
No.
No?
Mm-mm. It would be the commission that would have that.
We just pay whatever you tell us.
Well, actually, no. The court
We
determines the
approve
salary.
that.
Right.
But as far as who is chosen, it's the commission that has the sole choice on that.
Okay.
But again, like I say, we've always worked hand in glove on that before.
So I guess what we need to do is research and come back to see if there's anything like equivalent to like, in your line of work, like if there's anything equivalent with the elections administrator to like with having like a SPHR or something like that, like a HR designation.
Sure.
See if we have that.
We can do this, given that we want to get this posted ASAP, as in today preferably. If the court's agreeable, we can approve this job description with the edit being, we'll have a section, preferred qualifications, and it can either say industry certifications, or if we can track all those down, individually list what they are. I think that's a fine idea.
I think that'd be good to get it going.
We did want to cast a wide net,
Yeah.
but preferred is simply preferred. It doesn't
Correct.
exclude anybody, so we
Yeah.
can do
I
that.
think we can do that.
Granted, we could also require that they get certification within so much time of being appointed.
True, but in order to
Or
do
that
that, you have
they're-
to be able to nail down which certification.
I'll look at it, and we'll get that
Thank
done.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right. So is there a motion to approve the job description and grade of 15 that we previously discussed with that one edit?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Gianni. All right, moving right along, item 24 is to receive for the record discretionary fund and budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action, and it looks like there are some, all of which are scanned into your agenda packets.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. We'll all need signatures on all of these. Item 24 is to receive for the record discretionary fund budget amendments and take appropriate action. Wait. We just did 24.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
25.
Then. Consider approval of 2025 budget amendments and take appropriate action.
Move for approval.
We have a motion. Did I get these out of order? There's two almost identical agenda items.
No, you didn't.
Okay, okay. So we had a motion.
You
and a
just said the
second.
same one twice.
Gotcha. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Our next item will be a closed session, which we will go ahead and move into now. 26 is a closed meeting pursuant to VTCA Government Code 551074 to discuss personnel in various departments, 551071 to conduct a private consultation with the county's attorney, and 551072 to discuss real property. We'll go into closed session now at 11:13 for those purposes. Okay. All right, we are coming out of closed session at 12:40 PM. There is no further business to address in open session, and we will stand adjourned at 12:40 PM.
All right.